Whoops.
I also have Velveeta and Rotel dip on the stove, but it was coagulated, you know.
It's so Oklahoma.
Recently, Katie and I went out on the town after a show, and I wanted to keep dancing and having fun. And
This is the last time we saw each other.
The last time we... Oh my god.
This is maybe why we haven't seen each other in 8 days.
Maybe, because the last time I saw Katie was closing down to hair of the dog, and she was like, I'm done, and I looked at her, and I was like, you need to man up, put your big girl pants on, and then she just started crying on the street.
Crying in the streets of the Hell's Kitchen.
And then I started live tweeting all the things that were happening to her, but my mom thought I was live tweeting what was happening to me, so I got a weird call the next day.
Now, let's make our mamas real proud.
But my favorite part of that night was when we were in the cab. No, well, the cab was good. The cab driver and you had a whole big storyline about like weather, and you were very excited about the warm front coming. But then we went to the all-night deli, and you were like hosting a talk show. Katie started screaming, "This is the best place on earth! I've never loved a place more than I love this deli." So since Zeke won trivia, we are going to allow him to promote his web series. Tell us about your project.
So the name of my series is called Dealing. It's genre-wise, it's kind of like a 90s sitcom with like 3 friends that are in between, I don't know, places in life. And they also happen to deal pot cookies. So my character is kind of a military brat who's not really into like following orders at the moment. So he's running an illegal business and is being quite successful and has a very efficient military way about him. But like going back and actually being a Marine is certainly on the table for him. And he runs the business with his buddy, who is an astrophysicist who has not finished his dissertation because he realizes he'll probably never get to go to space and doesn't want to study something that he'll never get to be a part of.
And who plays that role?
Well, that's my buddy Steve Ward, who's Canadian.
Canadian.
So his character's a bit of the stoner. He like eats all the cookies and doesn't really do a whole lot. And my character's frustrated with him often. And the third element is a young woman who is an actress who just got broken up with by her high society Manhattan boyfriend who promised her dogs and kids and penthouses and all that. And she's kind of left at loose ends, and we bring her in.
Do we get to meet this shitty boyfriend in the series?
Briefly. His name's Bryce.
That is a white person name.
Yeah, it is. We'll have 6 5-minute episodes. We've set a premiere date. We're premiering on April 20th, 2014.
Also
or
known as 420.
Of course, Hitler's birthday.
Right.
Right.
It's a neo-Nazi cookie ring, if I didn't mention that. If you're in the New York area, we're having our premiere at Videology Bar here in Williamsburg.
So how can people, when 420 rolls around, how do they find it? Where do they look?
Sure. Well, you can look us up on Facebook, facebook.com/dealingwebseries. You can look us up on Twitter. I think if you just like Twitter Dealing Web Series, you'll find us there.
Anyways, that's out of the... Now that we got all the PR bullshit out of the way, do you have any...
But then you like figure it out.
Do you have any tips, Katie? Since Katie just moved here, any things that you think that she should do? Any advice to a new Oklahoman in the city?
Well, you gotta find your taco truck, right? Because most of the Mexican restaurants, no good.
No.
Stay away.
Yeah. Where do you get a Frito chili pie?
At Mabel's,
What?
which is that way.
That's some straight up Oklahoma shit. Mad shout out though to the Super Target right by where Zeke and I grew up. That is a beautiful Super Target.
The one on like Memorial and Penn.
Yeah. Oh, such a good Super
Things
Target.
I miss.
And then they opened a P.F. Chang's right in there, and you're just like life.
Which Katie and I have never been to because when it opened up in high school, Katie and I would go and we'd put our name down and they'd be like, it's a 45-minute wait. And we'd be like, ugh, and then we'd leave.
Which is like something you can't do in New York.
Yeah.
I miss eating
There's
in
no
my
eating
car.
in your car.
God, everything. You use the car for everything back home.
Everything.
Tailgating.
You take a nap in your car if you need to.
And see, a thing about, and this is weird because as an adult, like you were like, what, I don't need a backpack. But you do need a backpack or a big purse. I think backpacks are more efficient.
Thank you for
because that's where you keep all your shit.
You have to
like
have
you
a
live in
backpack.
Oklahoma, you keep all your shit in your car. But in New York, you don't have a car, so you keep it in your backpack.
I do think those of us that grew up with cars are more likely to carry a backpack because we're used to being able to like
Have your stuff.
I don't want to have to go commute all the way back to Jackson Heights to get my fucking change of shirt. I gotta have it with me.
Yeah, Zeke, thank you so much for being
Yeah,
on this
thank you.
episode.
Thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Zeke, thank you for letting us into your house before noon on a Tuesday morning. Thanks for the guacamole. Sorry we spilled the espresso coffee on your floor. This has been another episode of Oklahomies in the City. This is our friend Zeke Smith, creator of Dealing, the web series, and improver extraordinaire. Keep checking back on our Facebook page for updates, news, and
be sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. We'll put links to all of Zeke's projects in the section below.
Look down there if you're curious. All the stuff you need is right there. Also, don't forget to submit your ideas if you'd like to be a guest on the show, if you have an idea of something you'd like to see Katie and I do or discuss. And we are still plotting our double date vlog, so gentlemen, keep submitting for that opportunity.
You guys are going to go on a double date?
We're going to go on a double date, and then we're going to have a morning after vlog with the guys.
With the guys.
Oh.
With the guys.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm telling you how I'm so glad I moved here and found this place. You guys are awesome.